Today we are going to learn about the tense present perfect continuous and when to use it and what is the structure. So let's talk about when do we use present perfect continuous. So we use present perfect continuous for some things that started in the past and they continue in the present. And we also use present perfect continuous for things that we have been doing that we haven't finished yet, and to show how long something has been happening. And we also use present perfect continuous to talk about things that have been done recently. Now, let's talk about the structure of present perfect continuous. So the structure for present perfect continuous is that we first need a subject, then according to the subject we will use has or have, then we will use been, and then first form of verb with ing. I'm sure you all know by now that when to use has and when to use have, but let's just have a quick recap. So if your subject is I, we, they and you will use have, and if your subject is he, she, it or a singular name, then you will use has. Let's start making positive sentences in present perfect continuous. So let's say I have the verb swim, and my subject is, let's say, I. So to make the sentence, this is the structure. So first we need the subject, which is I. Then we have to use has or have. Now with I, we'll use have. So I have. And then we have to use been. So I have been. Then the first form of verb, which is swim, with ing. So it will be swimming. Let's write it here. Swimming. I have been swimming. More examples can be we have been swimming, they have been swimming, you have been swimming, she has been swimming, he has been swimming, it has been swimming. And if it's someone's name, you can say Dave has been swimming. Now with present perfect continuous, there are times when we have to talk about how long something has been happening, and for that we either use for or since. Now I have a video on my channel for the use of for and since, and you can watch that video and you will know when to use for and since. But here let's make a sentence where we have for or since. So if we say I have been swimming for 2 hours, that means this thing is still happening and this is how long it has been happening. And how about since? Let's say we don't have for 2 hours. Let's say I have been swimming since my childhood. So this is something that's been happening for some time, and this is the time since when it's been happening. Now let's talk about how to make negative sentences in present perfect continuous. So the structure for that is you'll need a subject first, then has or have with not. So has not, have not, and then the same been, and then the first form of verb with ing. So let's say we have the same sentence, I have been swimming since my childhood. So how to change this sentence into a negative sentence? So we first need a subject, which is this, has or have, which is this, and then we need not. So I have not. Then been, first form of verb with ing, and then the time for how long this activity has been happening. So I have not been swimming since my childhood. So let me just clear this all up and write it down neatly for you. So I have not been swimming since my childhood. Or if the sentence is with for, so you can say I have not been swimming for 2 hours. Now the more examples for the negative sentences can be, we have not been swimming since our childhoods. They have not been swimming since their childhoods. You have not been swimming since your childhood. And she has not been swimming since her childhood. He has not been swimming since his childhood. It has not been swimming since its childhood. And Dave has not been swimming since his childhood. Now let's talk about how to make interrogative sentences, or the sentences which have questions in them. So for that, the structure is, first you will use has or have at the start of the sentence, then the subject, been, first form of verb with ing. So let's say my subject is swim, no, my verb is swim, sorry, and my subject is she. So with she, we have to use has. So has will come at the start of the sentence, has, then the subject, which is she, then been, then verb with ing. This is our verb. So swim, swimming. You have to be mindful of the spellings for swimming, swimming. And so has she been swimming for 3 hours? And then you need a question mark. So has she been swimming for 3 hours? More examples can be, have I been swimming for 3 hours? Have we been swimming for 3 hours? Have they been swimming for 3 hours? Have you been swimming for 3 hours? And if the subject is from here, then we can say, has he been swimming for 3 hours? Has it been swimming for 3 hours? And if it's a singular noun, like someone's name, like Dave, so you can say, has Dave been swimming for 3 hours? So I hope you find this video helpful in understanding present perfect continuous.